Okay guys, so today's video we have some very interesting news that I want to talk about for Bitcoin and crypto, right? Some very interesting things are in fact happening right now. So apparently right now the US government is potentially selling 10,000 Bitcoins, potentially, and that's worth at least $500 million. So that's exactly what I want to talk about for today's video. Okay, very interesting. So yeah, we have a fair bit of things to talk about. Okay, there is, some Bitcoin charts that I want to show you guys as usual. Okay, do not be scared of what's happening right now with the US government potentially, selling off 10,000 Bitcoins, right? So before we talk about all that, let me just show you guys what is happening right now with Bitcoin. And with all this FUD that's going around right now, Bitcoin is actually holding pretty strong. Okay, we are in fact in the 4-hour time frame. Compared to earlier this morning, okay, tonight Bitcoin is actually slightly dropped. Okay, earlier this morning we saw Bitcoin at around $59,000, just below 60K. And right now it's holding at 58,700, right? So it's just below $59,000 right now. Okay, so it's slightly dropped, maybe potentially of this FUD that's going on around right now with the US government potentially selling off Bitcoin, right? Now, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is still holding very strong. Now, with this news that's coming around right now, we could potentially actually see Bitcoin drop slightly further down to the downside. We could potentially see a correction for Bitcoin, right, short term. But yeah, the crypto market right now is not looking too good compared to where it was earlier this morning. Okay, tonight it's actually not looking that great, right? We are in fact seeing some pretty decent corrections right now for altcoins, including Bitcoin. You guys can see the market overall tonight is down over 3%, right? 3.5%. So past 24 hours, Bitcoin is down over 4%. Ethereum is also down 4% as well, back down at $2.6 thousand. And a fair few altcoins are in fact having a correction as well. Solana's down 3%, okay, XRP 1%, Toncoin 7%, Dogecoin 2%, Cardano 1%, okay, Avalanche 3%, Chainlink 1%. So yeah, we are in fact seeing a fair few reds for a lot of altcoins tonight. Okay, we are in fact seeing some corrections. Casper is down 3% as well. It's a great time to buy some Casper, and not just Casper, but a lot of these altcoins, right? So yeah, the crypto market tonight is having a slight correction. Okay, great time to stack more, right? Great time to buy more, guys. Okay, it really is. Now, yeah, let's talk about this, right? So yeah, the US government moves 10,000 Silk Road Bitcoins worth over $500 million to Coinbase Prime. Okay, so we really don't know why the US government is moving, thousands of Bitcoins to Coinbase Prime, potentially to sell it. I really don't know. No one actually really knows why they are in fact moving, this amount of Bitcoins to Coinbase Prime. But yeah, US government transferred 10,000 Bitcoins. What could this mean for the market? Well, this happened a couple of hours ago, okay, earlier today, right? And you guys can clearly see, yes, the market right now is slightly falling. Bitcoin is still holding slightly pretty strong. If we go to the 1-hour time frame, it did in fact have a slight drop. You guys can clearly see that. So we are in fact seeing a slight drop coming, potentially from this news, right, that the US government is potentially going to be selling thousands of Bitcoin. So it says here the crypto market is buzzing following the movement of 10,000 Bitcoins by the US government. This transaction valued at nearly $594 million. Over $500 million, guys. Crazy, okay? It raises questions about Washington's crypto strategy and its potential impact on the market, okay? So yes, US government Bitcoin sale doesn't affect anything as analyst blames bears. It says here the largest cryptocurrency reacted badly to the US government's largest shipment of confiscated coins year to date, totaling 10,000 Bitcoins. Again, $581 million. So that's a lot of money, okay? $500 million. heading to exchange Coinbase according to date from crypto intelligence firm Arcam. Okay, so Arcam right here. Okay, they even tweeted this out on X. When was this? When did they tweet this out? Earlier this morning. Okay, and yeah, you also just clearly see it just shows us here, right, the transaction. Okay, so yeah, it says here wallet. This is the wallet received 10,000 Bitcoins from a known US government wallet 2 weeks ago. This Bitcoin has been sent onto 33J on Coinbase Prime Deposit Wallet. Okay, so you guys can clearly see that right there. Okay, so we don't know exactly why, okay, the US government is transferring this amount of Bitcoins, thousands of Bitcoins to this address, okay, in Coinbase Prime. Potentially to sell it, okay, is the US government, okay, selling off Bitcoin? Maybe, potentially, okay, it has to be. I mean, why would they send, thousands of Bitcoins to this address in Coinbase Prime, right? So we really don't know, but the market's not really affected by this. Yeah, the market's down, over 3% right now, coming up to 4%. But we're not seeing a huge crash. Yes, we are in fact seeing a small correction, but this is nothing too major, right? Nothing too crazy. But maybe, right, potentially tomorrow or the next few days, we could potentially see the market switch up. Okay, Bitcoin will have a correction down to the downside. Same with altcoins. Okay, but as of right now, we are in fact seeing a very small correction, but nothing too crazy, right? So that's that. Okay, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Now let's get into these charts, starting off with this one. Okay, so we know, guys, okay, a bull run is coming. So it says here, Bitcoin above $66,000 by September, question mark, right? Is that a, will we actually see that, right? By September, will we see Bitcoin back up at $66,000? We will see. Personally, I don't think so. Okay, I've been telling you guys many times, usually September is a very bearish month for Bitcoin. Okay, throughout Bitcoin history, the month of September has been very bearish. It's an absolutely terrible month for Bitcoin. So we will see. It says here also, historically, the fourth month after the halving has always been bullish for Bitcoin, closing above the halving price. If this pattern repeats, September could be a bullish month above $66,000. I honestly could potentially disagree on this one, because like I said, the month of September is actually very bearish. Okay, it's not bullish at all. It's actually pretty bearish, right? So we'll see, you guys. But I told you guys, usually this month, August, and next month, September, is usually a very bearish month for Bitcoin. But understand, October, November, and December, especially October, those are some very bullish months for Bitcoin. So personally, I don't think this month, August, and next month in September, we're going to see huge movements for Bitcoin, right? But we will see. Okay, things could potentially change, but I highly doubt it. I mean, we will see, guys. Okay, that's just personally my opinion, right? But yes, this is very interesting. So it says here, Bitcoin is heading to a descending resistance. The directions of support and resistance indicate bear or bull markets. Bitcoin bull run has not ended yet, and that's very true. A lot of people think, this bull run has ended, but no, guys, we haven't even started yet. We haven't seen anything yet, guys. Okay, I'm telling you guys right now, towards the end of this year in 2024, we're going to see some crazy movements coming for Bitcoin and altcoins, and of course throughout next year in 2025, we're going to see some crazy movements as well. And this chart is showing us here, okay, ever since Bitcoin has in fact been forming this uptrend early of 2023 to where we are now, we have in fact been seeing a fair few descending resistance lines, right? So you guys can clearly see Bitcoin did in fact pump. It formed this descending resistance, and then it pumped out of it, right? Break out. Again, descending resistance and break out of it. Descending resistance, break out of it. Descending resistance, break out of it. And right now, okay, we are in fact seeing the same thing. Okay, we are in fact seeing a descending resistance. And I told you guys many times, once we actually see Bitcoin breaking out of this resistance line, okay, this resistance, because this is obviously a very, very strong resistance line, right? Once we actually see Bitcoin reaching back up to this resistance line and actually breaking out of it, like what it's done in the past from this trend line, right? We will in fact obviously see Bitcoin having a breakout and reaching a new high. We know Bitcoin's previous new all-time high was in fact above $73,000 back in March this year. So it will easily break out of that, okay, and reach a new high. So please be prepared for that, you guys, okay? And it's according to plan, you know, Bitcoin is still on track, okay? It really, really is. I still think we will in fact see a 100K Bitcoin towards the end of this year in 2024, right? But yes, Bitcoin has now consolidated around this previous cycle high for 161 days. This is by far the longest time it has taken to get to and break its previous all-time high. Price did reach the all-time high before the halving, which was much faster than normal. And that's very, very true. Yasin's clearly see this is not the first time that we have seen Bitcoin consolidating at its previous highs. Right, Yasin's clearly see that did that for 2013 all-time high, 2017 all-time high, and now it's doing that for 2021 all-time high. Right, Bitcoin is simply consolidating at the 2021 all-time high right now. Okay, and we obviously break out of the 2021 all-time high, 69K at the time, and we saw Bitcoin pumped all the way up to like $73,000, above $73,000 back in March, right, this year in 2024, so a couple months back. That was obviously a new all-time high for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now is simply consolidating at the 2021 all-time high, at its previous all-time high. So this is obviously very, very bullish. Okay, Bitcoin is still on track. And if you just look at this chart, obviously this isn't the first time that Bitcoin has in fact done this, right? So understand a bull run is coming, guys. We will in fact see Bitcoin reaching new highs very, very soon. So be ready for that. But yes, Bitcoin price after halvings, okay. I showed you guys very, very similar charts, just like this one. But you can clearly see this purple line right here, this purple chart for Bitcoin is in 2012. And then this, I want to say light green is from 2016. And then the light blue is from 2020. And this is where we are right now, okay, this black line. And this is where we are right now in 2024. So we are here. And you can clearly see this is showing us here the price of Bitcoin right after, every, halving event, right? So right after we obviously see a bull run, right? So understand, guys, it doesn't happen straight away. Okay, you can clearly see even in previous times in 2012, 2016, 2020, we didn't see Bitcoin pump straight away right after the Bitcoin halving event, right? It took time. It took a couple weeks time, even a few months time. But then right after that, obviously it pumped. So understand, guys, Bitcoin is still on track, even though, okay, we haven't seen Bitcoin move a lot for the past like few months, ever since we had the Bitcoin halving event, our fourth Bitcoin halving event that happened back in April, so a couple months back. You can clearly see we're still stagnant, right? Bitcoin is clearly consolidating right here, okay? So understand, soon enough, it's going to have a beautiful bull run, right? And understand, this is not like the first time that we have seen Bitcoin not move after, the Bitcoin halving event. It does move, guys. A bull run does occur. It does happen. Understand that. But it doesn't happen straight away. It takes time, right? So for all the people out there, just be patient. Okay, it's all about patience here. And understand, the longer the Bitcoin, okay, I talked about this in my most previous video, Bitcoin is consolidating right now. And the longer Bitcoin does in fact consolidate, and it consolidates at its previous all-time highs, the bigger the pump will be. Okay, so understand, a massive bull run is coming, guys. Please understand that, right? It's all about patience. We should be blessed, especially us retail investors. We should be very, very blessed that Bitcoin is consolidating at, $60,000, okay, at this level, okay? In between this level, of like, I want to say, $58,000 to 60K to above 60K, we should be very, very blessed that Bitcoin is consolidating at these prices, so we can buy more at these prices. Because I understand, when Bitcoin is reaching a new all-time high, it's reaching 90K to 100K and over 100K, we will be begging. People out there will in fact be begging for a dip. People will be begging that Bitcoin, to drop back down to like 60K level, right? When Bitcoin is over 100K. Trust me, people will beg. There's going to be a lot of FOMO, guys. So understand this is a great opportunity right now to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. Okay, so that's that, guys. That's really all I wanted to talk about for tonight's video. Bitcoin, okay, holding at 58,800. I will obviously, keep you guys updated on what's going to happen with Bitcoin, because obviously US government is moving 10,000 Bitcoins worth $500 million to Coinbase Prime. Okay, so they could potentially be selling off Bitcoin. Again, the Bitcoin price will obviously have, other corrections. Okay, so we'll obviously, keep you guys updated on that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end tonight's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I will keep you guys updated on Bitcoin and crypto, so stay tuned for that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.